Hello lovelies, it's Shani Haynes here. I'm going to show you how I made these spinning colour wheel cards. I'm not sure what to call them, that's just my name for them. And this is one, the original one was the cow that you've just seen, and the second card I made was with the free as a bird. Now both of these I actually have a scan and cut machine, so that's a bit cruel showing how to make that one if you don't have that machine. So I'm going to show you another card today, a new one from the Butterfly Gala using the punch. So start off with a 3.5 by 5 inch piece and a normal standard Australian card size. Now this is a Circles collection. It's an old expired Stampin' Up! Circles. It's about 3 5/8 circumference. But whatever circle fits your stamp size, really, of your object, of your image. To find the centre, I just use some normal photocopying paper, cut out a second circle, quarter it, and you'll find the centre. My clever daughter taught me that. I don't take the credit. And finding the centre is obviously very important. Once you've got your circle, choose your colours. Now I had a range of rainbow colours. I used Granny Apple Green, Balmy Blue, Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, Gorgeous Grape, Calypso Coral and Melon Mambo. I always started in the middle with the circle because, as you know, daubers can leave that funny blotchy first circle when you first use it, and worked my way out and just judge where you think the colour should go. If you're not too sure, you can go opposite the colour and work your way back to the side, to the fill in the middle. So you keep working around the circle until you finish. Now I used shimmery white paper because I love the little glimmer, sparkly glimmer it has, and I think it looks lovely when you use blending inks onto the surface. But I'm sure it'll look just as good on on your Stampin' White paper. Stampin' Up! White, Whisper White. Now I guess the trickiest part of this whole project is making sure your circle covers your whole image as it rotates. It's slightly tricky with a stamp set, with a punch set, as opposed to using a die, but it was such a pretty butterfly image that I had to try it. So you just wiggle around and make sure that the hole in the circle goes through the cardstock. You have to have a strong anchor point. So here I'm just fiddling around making sure it totally covers the image as it rotates. I'm just testing it now. And the Stamparatus is a great way to stamp onto acetate paper. I use StazOn ink as it doesn't smudge and it dries really well, really quickly on the acetate. And also, of course, using the Stamparatus, if it doesn't work or the image isn't strong enough, you can keep going until it does. Just make sure it's in the same spot every time when you stamp. So you don't really need a big piece of acetate, just enough to cover your cut-out image. So you tape that on, some double-sided tape, line it up perfectly, and there you are, the start of your card. Now I just used a tiny brad, but make sure you re-pierce that hole now because it has to go through the acetate as well. Place your brad through both pieces. And guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to emboss. So I pulled that all apart and got out my white embossing powder, my Versamark and some stamps. Of course you could use just white paper I used a darker colour because I wanted the colours to show up, but I think it looked just as pretty with a white colour. So of course embossing is really the only way to go to add brightness to your page. And I'd advise you doing this part before you adhere your acetate onto the card, but of course I forgot. There we are, all dried, all in heat embossed and dried. Now you can put your wheel on. And try and get the brad as flat as you can. And I found if you lift it up, mounted this piece up a little higher, I found the wheel turned easier. So I use the foam adhesive strips because they're quite thick. It works just as well, I think, with your normal dimensionals, but this is just a lot quicker for me to put it on, and it is a little higher. Just be careful not to touch the wheel with it. Don't go too close to the circle. And then I put it as centered as I could, but allowing that little bit of circle, the wheel, to be on the edge so people can actually handle it easily and turn. And there you are. Hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to see what anyone makes. Thank you for watching and enjoy your day. Bye.